today with another one. Y'all come on in the room. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe and share your girl out as well. Yes, y'all. So I hope y'all are having a beautiful day today. Yes, it is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. All right, so I hope y'all got on out there and got y'all a little taco or two, one or two, right? And I hope y'all had a beautiful, beautiful day today, right? All right, so y'all, we trying to work on our consistency here on YouTube. So I'm back again with another live, y'all, right? And so I'm talking about what I have learned out here on these YouTube streets, right? So we all have our different journeys out here that we're trying to do as YouTube creators on these YouTube streets. So, I just want to come out here, share my experience, share my tips, right? And so we're going to talk about, chat it up as well. So as y'all come on in the room, make sure y'all dropping those comments and let your girl know that y'all are in the room here with Tanya Marie at Oh One for Life, baby, right? So, what have I learned? What have I learned at YouTube, right? On this journey, right? So, before I even uploaded my video, I thought I kind of understood YouTube, right? At least I thought that I kind of understood it, right? I thought after all of those viral videos I saw of different content creators that, hey, I post the content, I can get a viral moment too. Hi, Joshua. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming on in. Hi, social wife Melissa. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming on in. I'm here for the tips. Thank you. I appreciate you, Queen, for coming on in the room, right? Yeah. So yeah, so on my journey, I was like, hey, you know what? I've watched so many videos. I've watched the gurus. Hey, when I get my videos out here, I know it's gonna catch fire. I know that it's gonna go viral. I'm gonna get those million views, right? It's gonna pop, right? But it didn't happen that way. Hi, up next with Lamar. Thank you so much for coming on in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We are talking about what I have learned on these YouTube streets, right? Yeah. So some people even think, hey, instead of me using my phone, I'm going to get a great camera, right? So I'm going to get me a Canon. I'm going to get me the latest and the greatest gadgets and gadgets. If I have better 4K quality, right? On my videos, that can help attract great audience, right? I can go viral. I'm going to have the crispest, clearest picture out there, right? How many of us thought I got to have the best and the baddest cameras? Let me go get out and get the newest and the latest Apple iPhone so I have the best picture quality, right? All of that has played a part in our YouTube journey, right? Even thought, I just got to get lucky and hit a lick on YouTube, right? Maybe I could do a trending sound on my shorts, do some of those trending TikTok dances and bring it to YouTube and it'll pop. You never know. You never know. Something may hit. That's all in my mind how I actually thought it would have popped off, right? Hey, but I was dead wrong, y'all. Dead wrong. Me, look, up next with Lamar, right? Yeah. Yeah, same thing, right? I said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do some of these trending dances. I'm gonna do some trending food items where they see me eating some of these seafood boils, go on a trip and make it wild and spectacular. I know it's gonna hit. I know it's gonna pop, right? Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. So most definitely, I wanted to bring this to YouTube and kind of just talk it out with everybody and get their experience on. We're on these YouTube streets and we're trying to get it. We're trying to make it. How are we navigating the YouTube streets, right? Like kind of pinpoint and jog everybody's mind and see what they have to say about it as well. Get their opinion. Yeah, social wife with Melissa. Yeah, so she's agreeing as well, right? We all started on YouTube with zero partnerships, zero subscribers, right? We all started on YouTube with nothing, right? And we've all have come so far on this journey, right? But it's just the beginning. It is just the beginning, right? So when we all hit that upload button for the first time, We all expected it to be fireworks. I expected to have like over 1,000 people coming in my live. I expected people in the chat to be jumping, people asking me different questions, laughing, the emojis flying off in the chat, but that didn't quite happen, right? I thought I was gonna get thousands and thousands of views, right? So when you go to your favorite YouTuber and you're like, oh my goodness, they got like 10,000 views on their videos. Their lives are always popping. It's going so fast that they can't even keep up with the chat, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm psyched. I'm pumped. I know mine is gonna hit. It's gonna be lit, right? Okay, I'm gonna be getting all my subscribers. Okay, I'm gonna get my subscribers in 2 months, 3 months. I'm gonna get them fast, right? I'm gonna get my watch hours quick because everybody's gonna be coming in the live. Right? Nice to meet a girl. I'm from Indonesia. Oh, nice. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming on in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hi, Marina Latrina. Thank you so much for coming on in. Come on in the room. Right? I know, right? How is that happening? Exactly. Yeah, up next with Lamar, you feel my pain, right? Okay. All of that. Absolutely, right? So we're thinking we're gonna get those popping views. We're gonna get 10,000 views all in the lives. It's gonna be popping. People are gonna be conversating with each other. Like it's gonna be lit, right? It's gonna be lit. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for coming on in. I appreciate you, Van G. Appreciate you. Yes. So opposite happened, y'all. I didn't get no notifications. Welcome to YouTube partners in the first 1 or 2 months of starting YouTube. I didn't get that. Congratulations. Email. I didn't get that in the first 2 months, right? Of doing YouTube. That did not happen. That did not happen at all, right? I didn't get that traction where people were just subscribing automatically. People were falling out laughing at my shorts. I didn't get that attention right away on my channel, right? I thought it was gonna be popping. I thought it was gonna be lit, right? Okay. I thought, hey, I'm gonna put this content out. It's gonna be relatable. People are going to always come to my channel. I'm gonna be a household name. You know what I'm saying? It's up from here, right? All of that. All of that. But it did not happen in that way, right? So the hardest lesson that I came to find out was nobody ain't coming to see you, Otis, right? Nobody is coming to find you at the beginning. Oh, my heart is broke. Nobody was looking for me. Honey, they was not searching for me. Okay, social wife Melissa. No, they was not looking for me. Not at all. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Nice delicious Indonesian food. Okay, awesome, awesome. We got to check that out on your channel. Most definitely. Yeah, so nobody was checking for me. Okay, nobody was checking for me in the beginning, right? It was crickets. It was crickets over here. I didn't have nobody coming in my lives. Okay, they barely was watching the videos, right? You do a video, you done sat there for hours editing, okay, all your hiccups, all right, all of the ums and the ahs that's in the videos. You're trying to put all the little special effects on the videos to make it clear and crisp, and then you put it up and upload, and you don't hardly get a bite on those videos. It is so heartbreaking, right? Nobody ain't coming to see you, Otis. They're not checking for you in the beginning, right? That was the first lesson. That was the first lesson that I got on these YouTube streets, right? That you're not in the algorithm yet. You're not a known household known name. So people are not going to automatically find you out here yet, right? They're not going to do it. Not going to find you. Okay. YouTube doesn't owe you any views, baby. Look, I'm searching for YouTube, honey, like, baby, it's payday. Y'all need to come. Give me some of these views. I need a little something, baby. I'm hunting YouTube down. They be like, honey, you better wait till next pay period because I ain't got it and we ain't giving you no views this time. Not at all. Hey, Allison. Thank you so much for coming on in. I appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, they weren't checking for me. They're not checking for me at all, right? You gotta earn the attention of YouTube. You got to put on some razzle dazzles. You got to come on out here and be consistent. You got to make sure that you stay in your lane. Yeah, YouTube, like, honey, I'm gonna need for you to put in work. I'm just not gonna come out here and give it to you, right? They wasn't checking for a sister at all. Not at all. They really wasn't checking for me, right? So you have to earn YouTube's attention, right? Okay. You have to come out here and show YouTube that you really want it. You got to come out here and get your content out here. You got to plan it. Like, okay, what I'm going to do for the week, what I'm going to do for the month, what I'm going to do for 3 months, right? What challenges am I going to be a part of, right? Then you got to come out here and you got to make sure you out here socializing on these YouTube streets as well, right? Out here checking out different channels, right? Putting your name out there, getting yourself out there. YouTube want to see you getting active out here on the streets, right? Tell it like it is. I'm telling you, up next with Lamar, you got to. You really got to. You really have to get out here and put the work in. But they don't tell you that, when you're looking at these big content creators and these large YouTube channels, they don't tell you how much work it really takes to get out here and make things pop. Right. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So you start trying to compare yourself to the huge content creators, right? So you start trying to mimic yourself with some of them. You're trying to do the same kind of topics. You're trying to put your content in the same lane, same avenue as theirs, trying to come on at the same time frame, right? Because you're like, okay, well, they're getting all these viewers and subscribers during the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock time hour. I need to come on during the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock time hour as well to see if I can leverage some of their energy, some of their viewership, right? I'm going to start talking about some of the things that the large content creators are talking about, mirroring, not actually doing the same thing, but kind of mirroring, some of their content, right? So if you have like a family channel and the big content creators, they're showing they're going to Disney and they're showing they're cooking with their family, you kind of start mimicking, right? What the big content creators are doing. And you're saying, you know what? I'm going to align myself on how their channels are rocking, kind of to get a flow to see if I can get some of that same energy, same subscribers, followers that they have. And I'm just going to try to mimic what they do, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all connect. Trying to get motivated to get back in the YouTube flow. Awesome. All right. So social wife Melissa says she's trying to get back in the flow, right? So she's trying to get her consistency up and running as well. Yeah. So we're all trying to get back into a groove with YouTube, trying to be consistent, right? Now, and then you have another question. How are they growing so fast and why not me, right? How come such and such was able to get monetized in 3 months, right? We came on at the same time. We basically have the same type of viewership. We basically have the same type of content, but their channel popped off in 3 months. But me, oh my goodness, I'm still out here thugging it out in these streets. I'm still out here trying to get subscribers, and it's like pulling teeth. Y'all know how it is trying to get people to subscribe to your channel. It is so hard. It is so hard. Yeah, yeah, Marina Latrina. It is a battle, right? You're like, people, okay, y'all come and you're on my live, you're watching it. You got people in your live viewing it, but the viewers and the likes aren't matching, right? You're like, okay, y'all in here watching, go ahead and hit the like button, right? Okay, or your viewers and your subscribers, they don't match. Like y'all are in here watching the content, y'all are in here viewing it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, right? Show some love, show some support. But it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. It does not work that way at all, right? Hey, yeah, come on in. Come on in. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. Y'all come on in. I'm good. Support your girl. All of that, baby. We be in here begging and pleading, pleading and begging on these YouTube streets. We do. Support, 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 right? But it doesn't always happen like that, right? So as you can see, some of us, we've had our channels for years. We've had our channels for years, right? And it's just been a slow process of trying to get these subscribers to where we want to get them at. Some people, they come on this screen and they're like unicorns, baby. They can just get the subscribers, they can get the viewership just like that, right? Okay, those are the unicorns, right? Those are not the average regular YouTubers, the content creators out here, right? I was just going to ask you, is that possible they're growing overnight? It is possible. It is possible. They could have, and I'll give you a scenario. They could have gotten with a supporter channel. You do have supporter channels, right? Where they have a group of people where they will work as a community, right? They will watch your content, and they will actually grow your content as a community. You do have some supporter channels that work that way where their people know the mission, their people know the task, and their people know that in order to get to the next level to get monetized on YouTube, you got to have those 1,000 subscribers, right? So they all will form a group, a community, and they will work to make sure each and every last one of their people, their members, will grow on their channel, right? So that's one great thing as well, looking for supporter communities, right? That will really help you grow and really help you get to the next level monetization, is getting a group of supporters from different channels. So it's important, very important, to cruise these here YouTube streets, right? And show that you are there to support each other, because you got to have a group of people that's going to help you, right? Watch your playlist, watch your videos, come to your lives, and support you so you can get those watch hours. It's very important. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible to get that 1,000 subscribers overnight, especially if you're in a large supporter community where that's all they do is they what they call it, raids, where they do the raids and they go from channel to channel to channel, and they're doing raids. Some do the train. Okay, where they say, okay, we're gonna do a train tonight. Everybody who wants to be on the train, we're gonna go to such and such channel. We'll spend 8 minutes on their channel. Everybody like, comment, subscribe, and then all right, we go on to the next person. 8 minutes, we're gonna hang out, let them tell us what the channel is, and they just keep doing that in their communities, right? Yeah, Allison. Yeah, so it's possible. It's possible. You just got to have a strong group, a strong community that knows the mission. If you know the mission, you can do it as a community, right? But you got to have a strong group to do it. Yeah. Right. But yeah, so why not me? How come it takes me so long? How come it takes me years to get to the next level? Right. Okay. Right. But what I didn't see with those large content creators here, that some of them have put in years of work. Right. I don't see the behind the scenes. I don't see the collaborations. I don't see them making the plans and scheduling out what their content is going to be. I don't see them hitting these YouTube streets, right? And going to different other content creators and making sure that they get those bonds and show their support so that that other content creator can come to their channel as well, right? Building those connections. I didn't see that. All I saw was that, oh man, they popping. They got 10,000 views and their 1,000 people are in their channel. That's all I saw, right? But I didn't see the behind the scenes work, the years of work, the years of building the channel, right? I didn't see that part. Yes, a lot of them have been on YouTube for years. Yes, 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 yes. Social Wife Melissa, they have been on YouTube for years. And we don't realize that, but they've been building their channel for years. If you go and take a look at some of your favorite YouTubers, right? And you can see they've had their channels since 2017, 2016. and they've been building their channels for 10 plus years, right? They've been building for 10 plus years. That's why they have 100,000 subscribers. That's why they have 250 or a million subscribers, because they've been in the game for 10 plus years, and we're just now getting our feet wet, right? We're just not getting in the game. Yeah. Absolutely, right? So we have to realize it does take time, and YouTube is one of these channels or one of these platforms that it takes time. It takes time to build your supporters. It takes time to build on this platform, but you have to make sure you stay consistent, right, in building it as well. Right. And another thing that I've learned on these YouTube streets is comparison will kill your motivation faster than failure will. Right. We got to get out of this thing of trying to compare ourselves to these larger platforms. Like we just said, we don't think about the years that they've put in on their channels, right? We're just not getting in the game, right? A lot of us have a few months in, a lot of us have a year in under our belt. We are just now getting into the game, and we can not compare ourselves for those who've got 10 plus years in. They've got so many connections. People have seen them on their phones, on the TV, you know what I'm saying? On 8 o'clock as I'm eating dinner, I have my favorite YouTubers I watch consistently, right? So I turn the TV on while I'm eating dinner, and I have a channel I like to watch as I'm eating my dinner, right? So that's my 8 o'clock show. They're consistent that I'm going to watch them like clockwork, because that's who I like to watch, right? So they've been in the game for years and years and years, and I'm going to continue to watch it. But they've built that trust with me. I can know and rely that 8 o'clock, they coming on, and I'm gonna watch them, right? So I know they're gonna be there. They're reliable, they're consistent, their content is what I want to see while I'm eating my dinner. I want to laugh and cut up or get some information, right? Or I'm planning a trip. I want to get some information while I'm eating, and like, oh, okay, yeah, it's consistent. I can rely on them to be there, right? Yeah, they put the time in. That's right. Up next with Lamar, they put the time in. Yeah, do not compare yourself, because that will kill your motivation, right, and that'll feel like, oh my god, you know what, I might as well give up now, because I'll never fulfill the shoes of that big content creator. You have to get out of that, right? Because everyone's timeline is going to be different. We're all on a different timeline, right? When it's our time to hit, all right, and hit that status, it will be, right? We're all are not going to be at the races together, right? We're all going to be at different paces while we're trying to achieve our goals on the YouTube street. So don't look at anyone else's channel and say, why them and not me? We got to get out of that, right? Because some will have overnight success. That's true. Those are those unicorns, right? Okay. But some of us will have our success over time, right? Okay. We're going to have to grind. We're going to have to be consistent, but we have to stay with the vision, and we got to stay on the course, right? So ours won't be overnight. If we're not that unicorn, we have to stay the course, right? And just stay consistent, right? But we can stay consistent. We got to do that, right? And then we got to realize something else, right? It's going to be uncomfortable. When you get off work and you say, okay, at 7 o'clock every night, I'm going to come and do my live, right? And I'm going to do it after work, and I'm going to be consistent, and I'm going to come and do it every day, Monday through Friday, right? Okay, some days when you get off work, you're not going to feel like doing anything else, right? Some days you're going to have a headache. Some days you're going to be sick. You're going to be under the weather. It's getting warm outside. Your allergies going to start cutting up, right? Life is going to start lifing, with family responsibilities, children, their events, things that they have going on, right? And it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to really push you to say, are you going to be committed enough, right, to stay the course? Are you going to be committed to the time that you have set on your YouTube channel, right? Are you going to stay consistent to say, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make my videos, okay, 3 days a week. Make sure that they're 8 minutes or longer. I'm going to put the time in every day, okay, to edit my videos. Are you able, okay, to continue to stay the course? It's going to get uncomfortable because you're going to have to do it when you don't want to, right? You're going to have to do it when your friends are on the phone, like, girl, come on, let's go out and do happy hour. You know what? I'm going to pass the day. I'm gonna pass the day because I gotta go ahead and get my YouTube channel together because I'm working on my channel, right? I'm trying to get my future together, right? Oh, well, come on, let's go ahead and do a little jazz event that got going on downtown. I'm gonna have to pass. I'm gonna have to pass on that event because I need to sit down and do my live at 7 o'clock. All right, tonight. I told my supporters, my audience, I was gonna be here, okay, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock. So I am going to have to pass, right? It's going to be uncomfortable. And you're going to have to tell some people no because you're going to have to stay the course, right? You're going to have to stay the course and you're going to have to make sure that you put what you're working on, your goals first. You really are. You're going to have to do that, right? And then you're going to start getting into, well, my content wasn't that good, right? And sometimes it may not be that good, right? Sometimes it may not be that good. You just got to be real about it. You know what? I rushed doing that video. I rushed doing that live. I rushed, the audience when they were really trying to talk to me. And you just got to keep it real, right? And you have to face the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes the content isn't that good, but I'm going to put it out anyway. I'm gonna put it out anyway, but sometimes being real, keeping it real, sometimes the content isn't that good, right? But that's the learning curve in it, right? I have to put the content out there. I got to see how the audience reacts to it. If you don't get no clicks, you don't get no views on it, that's your indicator to say, okay, well, that content wasn't that good. Let me not do that type of content anymore. Or, or let me see what I can do to improve on that content, right? Okay, this is your time, all right, during the beginning phases to work out all the kinks, right? Work out all the edits, work out all the mishaps, the missteps. This is your time now to get the content popping, right? So put the content out, even if it's good or bad, but you just got to be real with it and sit in it. Sometimes content isn't good, right? Okay. You got to say to yourself, how's my editing skills, right? Do I know all of the software and apps that's available to me? Do I know how to work Canva? Do I know how to work InShot? Do I know how to work PixArt? Do I even know about any editing apps out there, right? Okay, do I know how to work CapCut? Okay, so some of the questions that you have to ask yourself: am I putting in time to even learn about any of these editing apps that's out here to help make my videos, my lives, my content pop, right? So sometimes you got to take a step back and start to do some research into, okay, well, let me take a look to see what all I need to do to get some better editing on my videos, right? Okay, learn CapCut, right? Learn InShot, learn Canva, right? Learn the different editing apps that's out here so that it can be an asset to your videos and your content, right? So you got to be real and uncomfortable with yourself. Ask yourself some questions. How's my editing, right? Is it basic or can I improve on it or is it already elite, right? My pacing, okay? How is my pacing on my show, right? Okay, am I being consistent with how I'm putting out my videos? Keep it real. It's going to be uncomfortable. Keep it real. Am I able to put my content out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? Is that too much for me. Keep it real. Maybe I need to do my videos every Tuesday and Thursday, right? Okay. Maybe I need to do my lives Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Okay. Maybe I can't stick to everyday lives, right? You need to get real with yourself and make sure you ask yourself some hard, uncomfortable questions, right? Okay. You got to do it. Right? Is my hook weak? Yes, yes, my hook is weak. That's one of my downfalls, right? Is coming up with catchy hooks in the beginning of my videos because my thing is I'm getting so comfortable with coming out and introducing myself, right? Hi, my name is Tanya Marie with Bold One for Life. Okay, baby, they don't care. Nobody ain't coming to see you. They coming for this content. We done said ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis, right? We already said they're not coming to see you. Okay. Go ahead and get your hook out there. Grab the people's attention at the beginning of your live, at the beginning of your video. So that's something I'm learning as well on how to hook my audience at the beginning. Okay. Hook your audience at the beginning to keep their attention. Like, what she say? Ain't nobody to come to see you, Otis. I might need to see what this girl talking about because she already got me cracking up laughing, all right, saying nobody ain't coming to see her. So let me see what is she talking about, right? So we got to work on our hooks, right? To see if we can keep our audience, right? We don't want any weak hooks, right? We want them strong, we want them impactful, we want to keep our audience intact, right? Now, another thing that leads us to is if people aren't watching, it's not the algorithm, right? It's the contact. Ooh, baby. Oh, you stepping on toes in here. We stepping on toes. We stepping on toes in here. They said if the people aren't watching, it's not the algorithm, it's the content. Now see why you gotta do me like that, right? I already said sometimes content is not good, right, baby? We stepping on toes in here, right? But we have to get uncomfortable in here. We gotta get uncomfortable. Right? It is hard to accept. It is hard to accept because the first thing we'll say, oh, the algorithm tripping, right? Sometimes they love me, sometimes they hate me. The algorithm, they don't want me to be great. We'll push it on the algorithm in a heartbeat, right? Okay. But sometimes the real hard truth is the content may not be that great, right? Okay. Something we need to do to tweak it. All right. But you still need to put the content out there because you have to learn during these stages what hits, okay, and what will work, right? Yeah, you got to figure out what gets them and keeps them. Figuring out is a job. Oh, we social white Melissa, you telling me it's a job. Now that's the hardest part. All right, is figuring out what your audience connects with, what draws your audience in, right? Okay, that is a lot of trial and error, that is a lot of research. Okay. This is a case study. All right. So we're performing a case study right now, right? So we are having to put the content out. We're trying different ideas, okay, different topics, different subjects to see how the people will react, what they gravitate towards. And then you got to think about what's happening out here in the world, right? Okay. Where are people minds at this particular time? What's the trending topics that everybody is talking about at this time? Is their attention somewhere else at this time, right? It's a lot that plays into it, and it's a lot of moving parts as well here, right? Because once you stop blaming the algorithm, right, you're gonna start improving, right? So, like I said, we got to get uncomfortable and we got to take ownership in it, and we got to be real with ourselves to say, hey, that didn't work. That didn't pop the way I wanted it to, right? I thought I had it all laid out. I had my notes, right? I had my segments laid out. I had my punchlines. I had my hook, right? I had everything tied up. I already searched my analytics. I looked at the timing on when everyone should be on my channel. I had it laid out perfectly, right? Okay, but it's still flopped. It's still flopped, right? You just got to go back to the drawing board. You got to go back to the drawing board, okay, and just start looking at it and dissecting each part of it, right? Making sure that you are analyzing your work, analyzing your content so that you can keep improving it, right? And then also another big one is you gotta begin studying. You like studying? I'm through with school. I'm out. I left that behind. But every day we have to be a part of learning, right? We have to study. We have to study our craft. Okay, we need to be an expert. Take 90 days to be an expert in your craft. Take 90 days and be an expert. That means studying the apps, right? Studying these editing apps, studying Canva, studying InShot, studying CapCut, okay? So that you can get really, really good at editing. If you're only going to be doing videos, you want to be on it. You want to be popping, right? You want to know what's happening out here on these apps, right? All of that. You're right about the studying. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, social wife Melissa, you have to study. Yeah, so you need to be the subject matter expert on your craft. You really do. Right. Studying titles, right? Okay, y'all can take Chat GPT, okay, and put in titles. And you can ask Chat GPT, based on what you know about me, I want to use the title, living at large in New York. Okay, how does that title perform on YouTube, right? Study, try different titles and see how it works, right? Thumbnails, right? Go out here, use Google Gemini. Use Google Gemini. Have Google Gemini create different thumbnails for you, as well. Have Chat GPT create different thumbnails. Play around with different colors, graphics, wording to see what works, right? You got to study. You got to see what pops. Do people gravitate towards different color? Okay, is there a certain color that people gravitate towards, right? You got to study it. Got to study retention. Look at your analytics as well, right? Look at your analytics and see how long do people's attention span stay on this particular live or a particular video, right? Okay, at what mark, okay, is it the 5 minute mark where people's attention start to drop? Do they hold through 20 minutes? If you can hold their attention through, you're doing really well, right? So use your analytics in YouTube Studio to look to see how long am I holding the people's attention, right? Okay, to kind of see, all right, if they dropping off in the first, minute or two, it could be your hook, right? You didn't grab their attention in the beginning, and they're like, okay, is she taking too long to get to what I need to know, right? And they're already dropping off, right? Or if you got a great hook and you're holding them and then in the middle they start dropping, maybe your content is the pace is too slow, right? You need to have some catchy jokes. You have some more interactive content. Maybe need to start asking them some more interactive questions in the content. Maybe start looking at your chat. Don't ignore the people. Talk to the people more. Keep them more engaged. But look at your analytics. It will tell you what's happening on your video and your live, right? Like I said in the beginning, hooks are weak, they're dropping off because you're not holding them. Or if they're holding on and they start dropping off in the middle here, maybe you're not engaging enough with the audience, okay? And you're losing them, right? So study the analytics. And number one as well is a great storyteller, right? Learning the art of storytelling is huge. If you are a person that can really tell a great story, right? You know how to inflect your voice, you know how to engage in the audience, right? You know how to use your personality and keep them engaged in what you're talking about, and just know how to place different words and adjectives and verbs and keep the people really, really intense in your storytelling, you will go far because people love a good story, right? Okay, so learn how to tell a good story. Storytelling is huge on YouTube as well, right? Very huge. I'm so confused with these analysis. Right, Marina Latrina, yeah, it can be confusing because every video can be different, right? And so you're like, okay, you know what? This video did great, right? I got 1,000 views on this video. So I'm going to continue to make content like this, right? It popped. So I'm going to continue to do it. So next week, same time, all right, same content, all right, you do your video and it's crickets. You're like, I studied my analytics. I did the hook is strong, the content is right, right? I got great engagement, but it didn't hit, it didn't pop like it would or like it did the last time, right? You don't know. You don't know what could have happened. Maybe the people that came in last week didn't show up this week, right? Okay, they didn't take the buy-in. They didn't buy into the content. They didn't decide to show up again and again and again, right? So you may have to ask your audience or use your posts to get their opinion on your content to say, you know what do y'all like? Did y'all enjoy the video? Did you enjoy my cooking videos? Did y'all enjoy the food that we did? Okay. Do y'all want to see more? Tell me what y'all want to see. Do y'all want me to break down the recipe? Do y'all want me to do like a part two to what we did last week? Y'all let me know in my post, right? So maybe you have to do more polls on it. Like I said, we have to study, 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 right? To see what's going on. And like Marina Latrina said, the analytics can be so confusing because one day is great, you try to mimic it again, and it didn't hit, it didn't pop, right? So we have to continue to study, we have to continue to try different things here as well because people attention spans they're they are very different. People's attention spans are so different, right? So we're just ebbing and flowing with the people. Yeah, I've been out of the content creation for about 7 months. You are sharing some great tips. Oh, thank you so much, Social Wife Melissa. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so once you get back in the game, find your rhythm, study, um, find what's happening on the your audience, see what's going on in your niche as well. But yeah, study, study, study. Look at those analytics, right? Because YouTube can go like this. YouTube can go like this. You be high, you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing good. And next thing you know, what in the world doesn't happen, right? Okay, the audience, something flipped with the audience. So now you got to go back and study and take a look to see what happened. What did they like, right? It's psychology, right? So if y'all have ever taken any psychology courses and everything, right? It's psychology, right? You're studying people's minds, you're studying people's habits, you're studying people's behaviors, right? This is psychology. YouTube, we're all an experiment. I always tell my husband, I said, we are a social experiment, right? We're guinea pigs. They be trying stuff on us. So YouTube is an experiment, right? So it's all psychology. You're learning people's behaviors, habits, how people think, right? So you do have to study. You do have to study to understand people and their behaviors, right? You have to ask yourself, what makes people click on my content, right? Okay, so as you're looking at the analytics and you're seeing, okay, well, when I said something funny in the beginning of my live, people tend to click on it quicker, right? So I'm going to keep that piece in there, right? So, what makes people click on your channel? Okay, is it when I have my full glam, my makeup, my hair, my lashes, my lips are popping? Okay, I got on my outfit. What makes people click on my channel, right? Is it I'm cooking in the kitchen live, right? And I got a savory dish. What makes people click on my channel? So you got to ask yourself different questions on that, right? They don't want to see me grilling on the grill. Do they want to see me outside interacting with the grill? What is it? What do people are drawn to me, right? And why do they stay on the live, right? Is it because I'm interacting with them on the live? They feel like they're seen. They feel like they're being heard. They feel like they have someone they can talk to. What is it on the live that people, why they want to stay, right? Do they feel like they're getting value out of what I'm saying? Do they feel like I'm giving them some useful information? Do they feel like it's worth staying on my channel to where they can utilize something that I've said and they can use it for their own channel or they can use it for their home if I'm cooking or if I'm in the beauty and makeup, something that they can try for skincare, makeup, beauty, hair, right? Am I giving them something of value that they want to stick around and say, you know what? She was giving out some good tips, for these YouTube streets. All right. Or she was giving out some good recipe items. I need to stick around and see what she's going to give, right? Why do people stay on your channel? So if you see people are staying because they're getting some good tips, keep doing that and keep studying on that as well. Hi, Glam Decor. Thank you so much, Queen, for coming on in. Yes, right? Okay. Then also another big one as well is why do people leave? Why are the people leaving? Okay, why do people leave off the channel, right? Are you long-winded and ain't talking about nothing? Are you not giving any valuable information while you're talking? Okay. Why are they leaving? Right? Is the information not resonating with them per se? Okay. Is it something that they're not feeling that it pertains to them? Do not feel like they're getting enough that would help them for their channel? So you got to think about it as well. Like, what am I going to give on my channel that's going to help people to stay? Okay. Click the link. Does it something that attracts them? Is it something that's clickable? Okay, something that they were like, oh, you know what? Let me click on that and see what she's talking about over there. It's something that's popping, right? Yeah, all of that. So yeah, so something to think about, right? Keep that in mind as you're making your thumbnails. Keep that in mind as you're creating your titles. Keep that in mind when you're breaking down your segments for your live and your talking. Okay, what is keeping the people on the channel, right? Okay. And we talked about hooks, that's something I'm working on as well, right? Making sure my hooks are not weak because I need to keep the people in, right? Your first 10 seconds matter more than your entire video. Like I said, I have a habit of coming out introducing myself. Ain't nobody coming to see me, Otis, right? They not want to know my name. They don't care nothing about my name. They don't care nothing about my title of my channel, right? I need to hook the people immediately, right? Okay, because if you don't hook them immediately, deuces. Some people are like, oh man, she ain't talking about nothing. She ain't introducing herself. Child, we done heard you say that 50, 11 million times, child. I'm gone. Bye. What is we talking about? What is going on? Right? So you have to hook the people immediately, right? Immediately on the channel. Right? Yeah, I'm telling you, right? Okay, so that's why I said one of my things I'm learning and working on, and I'm gonna get better at it, is providing hooks at the beginning, right? Getting right into the nitty-gritty and not going into my spiel of who I am. Especially for people who've already been on my channel before, but like, girl, you done said your name over and over. We know, Bold One for Life. We know, Tanya Marie. Girl, we know already, right? What are you going to be talking about today, right? So I need to come up with a catchy hook about what my video is today, okay? And then start getting into what's happening on the channel, right? So people are like, this girl is crazy. What is she saying on this channel? Yeah, so I'm gonna start working on that. That's one of the things I have learned, okay, that I need to have catchy hooks to keep the people engaged on my channel, right? Because if not, whew, baby, they clicking off, they gone, they out of here, vamoose, they out the door, right? Okay, they're not staying because they're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, this is gonna be some dry content coming out here today. I need something, popping. I need some great information. It's gonna be dry, long, drawn out. Cause she ain't talking about nothing. I got to go. I'm gonna go ahead and see what other channels are talking about, right? We saw your name when we click on what you're talking about. Exactly. Social wife Melissa, girl, I done seen your name was already Bold One for Life up there. You telling me again, get to what you getting to. Now no, you wasting my time. Let's get to the content. Exactly. But yeah, that's how people are. And we're like, girl, we don't want to hear your name again. We know who it is. I saw it when I clicked on it. That's why I came to the channel. Now get to the goods. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, exactly. But now, and then also another big game changer as well. I'm working on this as well. Is learning consistency. Ooh, consistency. Okay, that is a big one, right? Like I said, when I am eating dinner, I like to turn on my favorite YouTuber because I know that they are consistent and I can go to their channel and they're going to be on 8 o'clock sharp every time, right? Okay, they are consistent. I know I'm going to turn them on and they're going to be right there, right? I want to be that YouTuber. I want to be that content creator where 7 o'clock you turn on. I knew she was going to be on. Matter of fact, I'm late. I'm late. I knew she was gonna be on at 7 o'clock sharp, and I know every time she come on, I'ma be there. If I'm running in the door, I know she's gonna be there, right? I need to be consistent. Yes, yes, that's right, glam decor. Yeah, I want to be consistent. This is huge, right? I want to be the one where you know what? I can't wait for glam to come on, right? Okay, I know she's gonna have all those beautiful decor. I can't wait to see how she's got that house decorated today. Oh, I saw her shorts and she was in Burlington, and I saw a beautiful gold glam bling vase. I wonder how she decorated. I want to know. I can't wait to see it, right? So we want to be consistent, right? We want to be consistent in all things, right? On YouTube. Upload when you don't feel like it. Ooh, now that's big. Like I said, we don't work all day. Okay, we want to come home. We still got to cook. We got to clean, we got to take care of the kids, right? Okay, we got other things we need to do, right? Okay, and we want to put our feet up. We just want to relax and chill. But if you're trying to get to the next level and you're trying to get focused on your goals, sometimes you're going to have to do the uncomfortable, right? Upload, go live, even when you don't feel like it, when you don't want to, right? Because you got to be consistent. You got to stay on the grind, right? Creating when you don't have no ideas, right? You're like, I don't even know what I'm going to come up here and talk about today. Go ahead and turn the camera on anyway, right? Okay, don't be afraid to come up here, turn the camera on, and just do a drop in. Look, yes, I'm for real. Yeah, turn the camera on and do a drop in. Hey, y'all, I ain't got no content today, but I just want to say, hey, what's up? What y'all working on today? How was work? I had a rough day today at work. Let me tell y'all about my coworker. Let me spill some good tea with y'all today, baby. She thought she was gonna play me today, but I had something for her, right? Just something. And to get the audience going back and forth with you, even if you don't have an audience, talk to the camera like it's your best friend and just spill all of the tea from the day to release the tension as well, right? Hi, Shaniqua's World. Thank you so much for coming on in, Queen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on in the room, right? Yeah, so upload even when you don't feel like it and when you don't have any more ideas. You're like, you know what, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'd already done went to all the restaurants. I've already been to all the stores. I've done all the cooking. I don't feel like cooking no more, right? I've talked about every celebrity that done been out and about this weekend. I don't have nothing else to talk about, right? Talk about yourself, talk about family. And remember I said become a great storyteller. Create a story. Create a story. Create a story and talk about the story, right? Create something, all right, that you want. Go to Chat GPT, put some ideas in, and create a story that you can come out here and talk to the camera about, right? Storytelling. Learn it, study it, get creative out here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Trinique's World. Yeah, you got to create it. Even when you don't have nothing to talk about, you feel like I don't have no ideas. Create a story. Storytell, come up with something, right? Okay, and also show up when no one is watching. All right, so we did a video how to go live when you don't have anyone on your live stream. I've been there many a times, right? And I come on the camera and baby, it's goose egg. I don't have not one person on my live. And I'm like, oh no, I don't have nobody on my live. But it will happen, right? Like I said, people are not searching for you. All right. Nobody ain't coming to see me, Otis, right? Nobody is coming to see me. So I have to talk on my live, right? Even when no one is watching. Okay. Have your notebook, have a laptop, have an iPad, have another cell phone, right? Have some sticky notes where you can try to continue to keep the conversation going. Even if you don't have that back and forth with your audience, where it's a natural conversation, right? Continue to talk, continue to talk to yourself, right? Continue to talk to yourself, even if no one is watching, right? You just got to show up and do it regardless. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Marina. Marina is feeling it. She's like, that's what we got to do. Okay. All right. And consistency is a skill, y'all. That is a skill. So you got to study, you got to learn consistency, right? Because that's how your audience comes, is from you being consistent. It really is. Okay. I do deliveries and I can play some of my subscribers' music they made on Suno. Sometimes I talk, sometimes I don't. Oh, awesome. All right. And that's a good one, Shanique. So, yeah. So, Shaniqua World says she will do deliveries, and so she goes live while she's doing deliveries, and so she has turned some of her subscribers music, all right, into some great songs on Suno. So that is cool. I love that idea. That is very, very cool, right? Okay, I wish I had the gift of gab. Yeah, now I don't have the gift of gab either. That's why I gotta have notes. I gotta have little notes to keep me going. I wish I had the gift of gab where I can just talk, talk, and talk and talk, but I don't. Sometimes I have to take a look at a word and say, you know what can I talk about from a word? So if I said, oh, if I see consistency, let me talk about my experience with consistency and talk about the problem that I have with consistency. So I'm going to talk about, oh, I'm trying to be consistent, y'all, where I'm trying to come on here and do these live. Let me tell you about my experience. Well, I think I'm doing well for the month of April. I didn't do great for the month of March, but I'm trying to be consistent for the month of April. So as of right now, and take one word and start going from there and try to build a story from it. So that's how I try to do it in my mind, because I don't have that gift of gab, but I try to take a word and build a story from it that way, if that helps, Glam. Yes, and there's no copyright. Exactly. Suno, right. Yeah. So that's another thing when we say studying. So Suno is another great app. Everyone needs to study that as well. I know I need to get into Suno because I need to have some music playing when I'm not talking, because I don't have that gift of gab. Maybe I need to be playing some music, creating some music, and it's not copyright. So that's another great one to look into. Is Suno. Okay. Yeah, that's a great idea. It sure is. Thank you so much for that, Shaniqua's World. Yeah, so that's another great one as well. So we said we got to study. So we have to study, y'all. So Suno, Canva, right? In your editing, InShot, okay, CapCut. Start studying so that we can be the subject matter expert in our craft, right? Okay. And then also, like we said, consistency is how you get your followers, right? Because as we all know in the beginning, baby, it's like pulling teeth to get followers, right? It is so hard, right? Okay. And you feel like I'm not growing, I'm not getting no followers. Okay. I feel like giving up. This ain't going nowhere. But eventually, momentum will start to pick up, right? Okay. Because you don't want to quit. Because when you don't see any growth, you don't see nobody subscribing, you don't see people watching your channel, you don't see people watching your videos, your live, that can kind of put doubt in you, right? Okay, you get a feeling like maybe this is not for me, and you feel like, oh man, maybe I need to put my attentions elsewhere or try something different. So you might feel like you want to give up, right? But the reality is, and like we said, sometimes it's uncomfortable truth. Videos will flop, y'all. The videos may not work, right? It may happen, okay? And sometimes doubt will creep in. That's just being real, okay? If the videos don't happen, the lives are not popping, sometimes doubt will creep in. I mean, that's the reality of it, right? Okay? And you start questioning yourself, is this really worth it? Right? Am I wasting my time? Okay, you start getting in your own head about it, right? Okay, and the reality is a lot of people fail on YouTube. Is reality. Think about how many channels you came across, right? Okay, and they've had it for years. Okay, and they still haven't reached that threshold, right? Okay, and they don't have any more videos. You're like, oh man, they ain't put out no videos in about 2 years. Okay, it looks like they have some great content, but it looks like they just stopped. They gave up, right? They let that self doubt, they let that self doubt get in their head, right? And so they stop putting out the content. They should have kept going, even if the videos wasn't popping, even if they wasn't getting anyone coming in the content, they should have kept going. But we see tons and tons and tons of channels that you come across on this YouTube journey where you're like, man, they're not putting out no more content. What happened to them? Right? Either life started lifing or they let that self-doubt get in their head, right? Okay. Now, another thing that we've learned as well is you can outlast discouragement, right? Okay, so don't let that get in your head and take your momentum and take your focus away. You can outlast it, you can beat it, right? You can beat it. Right? You can do it. Okay. You've started from zero. That's a huge, huge accomplishment, right? We've all started at zero. Okay. And don't let that video that flopped or that live that didn't happen, don't let that stop you, right? Don't let that discourage you, right? We all started at zero and look where we're all at now, right? So stay focused, okay? Stay motivated, keep putting pressure, right? Keep putting pressure on yourself, keep showing up even when you don't want to. Yes, I'm going to keep pushing. That's right, Glam. Keep pushing, keep pushing. You have great content, keep pushing, keep going, right? Like we said earlier, as well, these big content creators here, they've got years and years in the game. They've got years in the game, right? So don't start comparing yourself to these big content creators like, I want to be like them. They've got years, 10 plus years in the game. When you see they have 100,000, okay, 200 a million subscribers, they've got years on us. We're just not getting our feet wet. So we got to stay motivated, right? Okay. And also remember, y'all, as we keep being consistent, something's going to change. Something's going to happen, right? It's going to be that one video. It's going to be that one video, right? That's going to perform better than any of your other videos, right? Okay. It won't be viral, but you're gonna see his progress on it, right? I had a silent live. I know I did a lot of silent lives, right? Okay, and it hit 6.4 thousand views, and I was like, I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what it was about this video or this live I was doing because I've done silent lives consistently, right, to get my watch hours. But it hit like 6.4 thousand views, and I was so excited. And I don't know what it was, but on that particular day, at that particular time, it hit and it got me so many views, right? Now, the next silent live video, it didn't do as big as 6,000, but it was like in the 1,000 range, right? It was like a 3-day marathon, and I was amped. I was so excited, right? My friends paid $25 for an ad for 3 days and got 1K watch time and 500 subscribers. Wow. That is really great. Now with that here, do they get to keep the watch hours and the subscribers? So if you're going to pay for an ad, do you get to keep the watch hours and the watch time, right? Does that work, or does YouTube say, that's going against our policy and procedures, right? But that's interesting though. You paid $25 and you done got your watch hours and your subscribers, but I don't know if YouTube would monetize you with that though. But yeah, that's good. But I wonder if they're able to keep the hours and the subscribers. Will they come back later and get you, right? As y'all know how YouTube is, right? Okay, but yeah, that's really good. It says it's in promo. Oh, okay. So they get a promotion. Okay, so maybe because they weren't monetized, that they could keep it because it's in the beginning stages. Well, that's cool. That look, we got the study. That's a case study right there, right? $25. You got 1,000 subscribers and you got watch time hours. So that's a case study right there. Yes, absolutely. So that's something to think about when you're in the beginning stages and have not been monetized yet. That may be another way that you can do it. But hey, that's an experiment. Like I said, we are our guinea pigs here. It's an experiment, right? Right? Because you don't need one viral video, right? You need momentum. You need momentum, right? So, like I said, one video hit, And then the next video, the next night, okay, it didn't do as large as that one at 6,000, but it did give me like 1,000. And then the next night, it gave me like 800. So it did give me momentum, right? It gave me momentum. So that's all you really need to get on these YouTube streets and kind of get a rhythm going. You gotta have that momentum going, right? Yes, he said to have read in time to take learn and stuff on studio on laptop. Yes, consistency. Yeah, absolutely. Take time, study, read these rules because YouTube is ever changing as well with the rules. But yeah, take time to learn and study. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay. And savor the small wins, right? Okay. You're like, oh man, only got 10 subscribers this week. That is a great win. Didn't we say it's like pulling teeth to get subscribers? Just by getting 10 subscribers in a week is huge. That's huge. When you're a small subscriber, when you're a small YouTuber, getting 10 in a week is huge. So celebrate the small wins, right? Okay? Yes, you have to do that. That keeps your momentum up. That keeps you motivated, right? It keeps you encouraged. Celebrate the small wins, right? Because eventually it's going to get you to where you need to be with those 1,000+ subscribers, right? So celebrate it. Every win is a win. Mhm. Exactly. And one thing we gotta do too is we gotta get out of chasing views. Okay. I'm bad at that. Like, man, I ain't getting up but 30 views on this channel. I want 1,000. We gotta get out of chasing views. Gotta get out of chasing views, right? Okay. And start focusing on value, right? So if you are providing value on your video, whether that's entertaining, where you're telling jokes, okay, or you're reacting to videos, okay, whether you're teaching someone how to cook, how to prepare meals, whether you're showing someone how to decorate their home or educating them on the latest rules and policies of YouTube, right? Make sure you show value. Is there something in your video that people can learn and take from it, right? Provide value. Like every time y'all come to this video or every time you come to my live, you're going to leave with something that you can take and use for yourself, right? Okay. Helping people, right? Entertaining people, connecting with people, encouraging people. Okay. Make sure that you're showing value on your videos. People are going to walk away, leave, and feel like, you know what? I got something good from that video. I learned something from that video. Okay. I got some recipes from that video. All right. I got entertained on that video. I had me a good hee hee ha ha. Okay. I was hooting and hollering on that video, right? Give them something that they can value off of that video, right? All right. People don't subscribe for videos, they subscribe for you. They want to connect to you, right? They want to get to know you, right? They want to hear your voice. They want to get to know your perspective, right? Your opinion. So if you're talking about different topics and subjects, okay, they want to hear your perspective on it. They want to hear your opinion on it, right? Right? You want to be authentic. You want to be positive. You want to be yourself when you're doing your videos, right? Just be you. Be you on these videos, right? People want to get to know you. Right? That's the real advantage, right? Some people have different personalities, and that's what we want to see. I don't want to go to the same YouTube channel and have the same type of personality, the same voice, right? I want to hear people's accents. All right, if you got a New York accent or if you got a country twang accent, I want to hear the accents. I want to hear the personalities, right? I want to hear all the different ebbs and flows of the conversation, right? That's what I'm coming to see, the different people on the different channels, right? Okay. So what have you really learned on YouTube, right? It's not about going viral. Mm-mm. It's not being perfect. And it's not about luck, right? It's about showing up when it's hard, improving when no one is watching, and believing in yourself even when the proof is not in the pudding yet, right? Okay, so that is what I have learned on these YouTube streets, right? Okay, and I hope everyone on here today, tonight, this evening has gotten some value out of this video as well here. All right, and I hope you all have learned some things and are able to take some of these tips and advice and apply them to your own channel as well, right? Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed this live. I know I did. I enjoyed conversating with everybody and getting everybody's opinions, okay, and also providing great tips for everybody as well. I enjoyed that. And I hope y'all did as well. Like I said, I'm working on my hooks. I'm working on being consistent and working on showing up. All right. So I hope everybody connects on these YouTube streets. All right. And y'all know I'm going to see y'all in these YouTube streets as well here, because that's how we encourage each other, by showing up and making sure we connect and support each other by watching each other's channels as well. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, social wife Melissa. I appreciate you as well. All right. Well, again, I want to say my name is Tanya Marie, here with Bold One for Life, where we want you to be unique, be different, but most importantly, just be you. Thank y'all so much for always coming on in the room and blessing your girl with your presence is greatly appreciated. Until next time, y'all, I will talk to y'all later. Ta ta for now.